All right, hello friends, Dawn Brodey here. Hey, yesterday I did the history thing and it was really fun, and you guys seemed to like it. And in fact, one of the kids who lives here in the trailer park, I am outside my actual trailer home. Some of you asked, this is a 1971 Avion camper. It's not an Airstream, it's silver like an Airstream, but it's a different brand. A cooler brand, if you will. The kids in the trailer park that live around here, a lot of them are kids auditioning in Hollywood and elsewhere, and they're homeschooled, and they're awesome, and they're super bright, but you know, maybe they don't have as much access to history, and maybe not as immediate an instinct to love history. I'm being generous, can you tell? And then I realized that the kids aren't the only ones. Most of y'all think history is dumb and boring, so striving to make history cool. Yesterday, if you watched, I talked about George Washington. I have slips of paper in here. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today, but look, it's my Mount Vernon cup. I went to Mount Vernon last year. I lost my goddamn mind. I had so much fun. I was by myself. I laughed out loud. I high-fived reenactors. It was a big day. And this coffee mug, which was also a bit of speculation, it's where the little slips of paper that contain the subject of history that I'm going to be talking about. I said it's from the House on the Rock in the Dells. And some of you accurately said, hey dummy, the House on the Rock is not in the Dells. What kind of fool would make that mistake? The House on the Rock is obviously in Spring Green, Wisconsin. And right you are. Right you are. Here's the trick though. It's real close to the Dells. Right? So don't be a dick. If you're in the Dells and you don't go to the House on the Rock, then you're not doing every cool thing the Dells has to offer. But I digress. All right, guys, here we go. The subjects that are in here, same ones as yesterday, which were, except for George Washington. We won't do that again. But whatever subject I pick, I'm going to give myself 3 minutes to talk about that subject, and then we'll be done. So we'll keep it brief. The subjects in here are the novel Frankenstein, written by Mary Shelley, Prohibition in America, the Golden Age of Piracy, and the American Revolutionary War. And I'll try not to talk about George Washington the whole time. But I don't know, it might happen. Okay, what'll it be, what'll it be? 3 minutes on, it's the Revolutionary War! I know you can't see it. Okay. It might still be about George Washington. Oh wait, 3 minutes. 3 minutes on the clock. Okay. So, the American Revolutionary War, also known as the American War of Independence, technically started in, depends on how you say it. It technically started, I suppose, with Lexington and Concord in 1775. But if you really want to go back, you have to go to the French and Indian War, which was the war with that the British fought against the French and the Indians in America. It was also part of the 7 Years' War, which was a larger global war for territory, but that's neither here nor there. And the 7 Years' War ended in 1763, and then in 1765, King George was like, hey y'all, over there in America, remember how we fought that war? To keep you all English, you're welcome. You owe us a lot of taxes. Wow! And do we need those taxes? Because we are capital B broke, not only from the French and Indian War, again, you're welcome for that, it was our pleasure, but also because we had all this other stuff going on, and there's issues in England, and we need your money. And you guys are making tons of money over there in America. Congratulations, you're welcome again for our contribution to allowing you to make all that money. Send us some. And the colonists were like, no. Fast. They were like, no. And the bulk of the reason why they said no is because not all of them were English. A lot of them settlers were like, thank you, but we ain't English. And not just the ones who were born in America, I mean the ones who immigrated from countries other than England. In any event, King George III was kind of a dick, and he introduced the Stamp Act, which nobody liked, and then passed a bunch of more, and then we did the Boston Tea Party. I'm definitely going to get there, I promise. Then we have the Boston Tea Party, and then the response to the Boston Tea Party is the Intolerable Acts. That's what we called them anyway. King George didn't introduce them as the Intolerable Acts, although he did introduce them as the Coercive Acts, which doesn't sound any nicer. And the intolerable acts included things like, oh, we're going to send you a bunch of soldiers. We're going to send a bunch of soldiers to oppress you, and you need to let those soldiers stay in your house and feed them. That was one of the intolerable acts. I think you can kind of get the point. So everyone starts talking. The 13 colonies are all like, and they get together, well, like 11 of the 13, then 12 of the 13, then like, where are you at, New York? Then New York finally gets in the party. Anyway, join or die. You've seen the snake all broken up. The idea is that if you join that snake together, it's much more dangerous than a snake that's broken up in the colonies. And don't tread on me, that snake comes back, right? Watch it, we gonna bite you in the ankle. Well, that was just the start of the Revolutionary War, and those 3 minutes are done. Maybe I make it 5 minutes? I don't know. I don't want to get gluttonous. Anyway, the Revolutionary War officially started, I suppose, with the shots heard around the world at Lexington and Concord in 1775, and officially was declared after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, July 2nd of 1776, ratified on July 4th of 1776, and the first time that the American military was really taken seriously was at the Battle of Bunker Hill, which George Washington technically lost, but like killed a bunch of people, and England was like, who are you guys? And then Dorchester Heights, when we took Dorchester Heights in the Battle of Boston, that was another one. They were like, I think that these guys are definitely tougher than we thought. Anyway, spoiler alert, we won the Revolutionary War. Yay! And let's make this country figure out how to do it. I'm not going to point fingers. Who am I pointing fingers at? We got this, America. All right, that was more time than I was supposed to give myself. Bye.